Texas legislators just voted to make it easier than ever for licensed professionals like doctors and lawyers to turn away queer clients. Tennessee's advanced a bill limiting adoption access for same-sex parents, but multiple states have now introduced laws that would expand protections for queer citizens. Plus, a big win for non-binary people in Korea, and more countries than ever are getting their first pride. We'll have the week's top LGBT news and how it affects you on Weekly Debrief. Weekly Debrief is made possible by everyone who pledges their support on Patreon. Head over to patreon.com/mattbaum or click the link in the description to check out the backer rewards. It's been a very busy week, so let's start in Texas, where the Senate just approved a bill that would prevent professional licensing organizations from having non-discrimination policies. If the bill becomes law, it would be easier than ever for doctors and lawyers and therapists to turn away patients that they even suspect might be queer. And a similar bill just passed the House in Tennessee. If that one becomes law, then adoption agencies would be able to deny children access to stable, loving homes with same-sex parents. But there's also some good news. Organizers in North Carolina just introduced a package of bills that would improve access to health care, public facilities, and non-discrimination protections for LGBTQ citizens. Lambda Legal filed a lawsuit in Arizona challenging that state's anti-LGBTQ curriculum. And in Nevada, an outdated law still prohibits marriage equality, even though the U.S. Supreme Court ruled it unconstitutional and unenforceable. So now some legislators are finally pushing a bill that would remove that provision from state law once and for all. Internationally, Brunei's terrible new policies go into effect this week, imposing torture and death for queer citizens. More politicians and mega-wealthy people are speaking out against it, but more pressure is needed to overturn this alarming law. But there's good news in Korea, where the government is moving to recognize non-binary gender on official government documents. And in Bosnia, the country's first Pride ever is scheduled for September 8th. This week's action item? Oh boy, there is a lot of legislative pressure needed around the country right now. So, if you're in Texas, tell your reps to oppose the anti-LGBTQ bill under consideration right now. If you're in Tennessee, tell them to oppose the bill limiting access to adoption. If you're in Nevada, tell your reps to support the bill modernizing the state's marriage laws. And if you're in North Carolina, tell them to support the package of bills that was just introduced to expand protections for LGBTQ citizens. Whew. Big thanks to everyone who makes Weekly Debrief possible with a pledge of support on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/mattbaum or click the link in the description to check out the backer rewards and let me know about stories that need covering at mattbaum on Twitter and in the YouTube comments. And I'll debrief you next week.